We're at war. In a true sense, we're at war. And we're fighting an invisible enemy.
A hospital has confirmed the first case of person-to-person transmission in the U.S.
Coronavirus officially hitting the U.S.
The U.S. death toll escalating toward 5,000.
Coronavirus updates.
Coronavirus.
The coronavirus.
The coronavirus.
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 Coronavirus. Coronavirus. Coronavirus.
You know, as a filmmaker, you get to see a lot of different things. You see things that are inspiring, you see things that are rare. You have the privilege of being able to see people in their element, doing exactly what they're made to do. Our job is to understand the situation and determine exactly how to document it. But how do you document something that you cannot see? COVID-19 hit home for a lot of different people in a lot of different ways.
We were finishing up in the legislature, and the governor and the Speaker of the House had asked just about basically all staff members not to come into work. And then it wasn't just a few days later that we had our first death. You know, there are deaths across the country, and we've seen everything coming in from Italy. And as I was driving home, I realized that this was here. This was in the United States of America, mainland, and this was in Tennessee. Not only in Tennessee, this was in East Tennessee.
We had a young lady come in to the clinic. She has been an ER nurse at UT for like the last 4 years, and she had just gotten off of a night shift. And she looked at me, and I'll never forget, she said, "Josh, I'm terrified." She just watched a 37-year-old male who's completely healthy, in tip-top shape, had never been to the doctor for anything, never had a health condition whatsoever. She said he had the virus for about 8 days, completely functional. Day 9 he dies. That terrified me, because now it's like you're walking through a minefield. You could have this virus for 8 days and be completely fine, and then the 9th day you die. I mean, what kind of uncertainty is that?
It really hit home for me personally when a friend of our family, her father, passed away. And at that moment, you kind of realize that someone close to you has been affected by this, and you realize how scary things can be.
We spend a lot of time working with the people of Sevier County. Over the years, our clients have become some of our closest friends. And to call up your friends and ask how his or her business is doing, and to hear fear and anxiety in their voice, that's an unsettling feeling.
Fear comes from not knowing. The unknown is something that'll drive the mind to think things that frankly aren't even there.
I think that would draw anxiety out of almost anyone. And I think that is the main issue with COVID-19, is that we don't know.
We don't know if people's going to be afraid to get back out and come visit us here in the Smoky Mountains.
We don't have a date or a timeline. We just operate on a day-by-day basis, and we don't know when things are going to open again. So none of us have ever felt like this before, more than likely.
News started coming out, more facts. I think people quickly realized that nobody even knew what in the world was going on. Nobody even really knew the full truth.
Right about that time, we did make a 180-degree turn. People were taking layoffs. That really hit home. There's a lot of familiar faces that I'm not seeing every day. That's tough.
It's just scary that it can really change the dynamics of not only our community, but our country and the entire world.
It's just a surreal situation that we're in right now. The virus leaves no one unaffected, and everyone's circumstances are different. But I think it's important to realize that there's a much bigger picture in front of us. We have to find the positive in this.
One of the major themes in God's Word is do not fear. And I think that's by reason. God knew that we would be prone to fear, and He wants to work through that fear so that our eyes and our hearts would be drawn to Him, because He wants us to rely on Him and trust Him.
I think one thing that we all need to take from this situation is first and foremost realize that our greatest fears lie in our anticipation. All you can do is take it one day at a time and realize that you do not hold tomorrow in your hands, and all you can do is focus on the day that you've been given.
I think the main thing is knowing that none of us are alone. We're all going through this together. You know, we live in a great community where when things happen, we pull together in a big way. It may be challenging, but it will work out.
It certainly has put family back into the forefront, and maybe that was sort of what this was all supposed to do. It's supposed to put family and the reality that, you know, things can slow down.
It's an opportunity to kind of take stock of and evaluate what you may or may not have thought was important before. I do see a lot of people spending more time at home. I built a swing set last weekend. I would have never done that.
We've had some time to catch up on things that we've been wanting to do in the past, doing some remodeling at both the winery and the cidery. We've created some new products at Tennessee Cider Company. The Gatlinburg community is a very strong community. I expect everyone to rally together and bounce back, and it'd be better than it ever was before.
I feel like the streets are going to be filled, the hotels are going to be filled, the amusement parks are going to be filled, and you know, kids are just going to enjoy being in Gatlinburg just like we all did when we were little.
This is unprecedented, but I can assure you that the United States of America, and especially the volunteer state, Tennesseans, East Tennesseans, we do have the resolve to get through this, and we will get through this.
The whole world is going through this together. It's not fun for anyone, but it's like life and how everything else works. We ebb and flow. We will rise again. Stay consistent and stay strong.
The people of the Smoky Mountains love our guests. We love seeing you. We love visiting with you, and we love sharing this beautiful area. And we look forward to seeing you return really soon.
We've suffered a lot, but we are at the home stretch. Stay positive, stay resilient.